But we have him now. The loquacious, the supple, the very busy Devin Heroux joining us from CBC Sports covering the Brier. Listen, you're a huge CFL fan. Can we, before we get to the Brier, talk about the CFL XFL merger? What do you think?
Well, this is it, Roddy. I mean, I tweeted out a while ago emails I wasn't expecting in the middle of a Brier. I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around all of this. I haven't, looked into it enough, but my initial reaction is I think today's announcement is just a byproduct of how horribly handled this has been all along. I don't think it should have ever gotten to this point. And to me, and like I said, I don't know all the details of it, but to me, it looks a little desperate on the part of the CFL. I know they're trying to find every plan A to plan Z, or maybe we should say Z today, throughout all of this. But, now I'm seeing tweets about potential 4-down football. Like, what is going on here? I mean, if we lose 3 downs and the Rouge, I will never be a season ticket holder ever again.
Oh, I'm going to write that down. March 10th. I don't believe you. You love your Rough Riders. I got him. I knew you wouldn't, Devin. You love them too much. I think because the reaction we're getting here from Rider fans, we're getting fans from all across the country, but the Rider fans are saying, we'll cheer for our team no matter what league they're in. I would put you in that category.
I'll be there. Of course I'll be there. But Roddy, I mean, I wish I could have been watching more of the show. What are you hearing? What are we hearing at this point? What are we learning about what options they're looking at this point?
Well, from the fans on a poll, the majority don't want this to happen at all. They don't want a merger with the XFL and CFL. It's shrinking, though. It started at 70%. It's coming down closer to 50-50 as I'm kind of selling them on it. People want the league to survive. If this is what's best for Canadian professional football, more people are starting to come on board. You're old enough, Devin, sorry to say, to remember the U.S. expansion in the 90s. And I said it was pretty exciting when those
Wow.
It was fun when they came to town.
No, But the reality of it is, Roddy, is that again was another desperate move by the CFL to keep it alive. It was a bailout. They could barely pay the teams in the '95 Grey Cup. If it wasn't for that deal in the early to mid '90s, the league would have folded. So yeah, it was exciting, and the anthem was butchered, and we saw things we thought we'd never see in this league. It was a desperate attempt. And I feel like here we are again, back to the mid-'90s, when if this was handled properly, if that situation in the House of Commons, that committee meeting, if they would have been a little more prepared, I don't think we're having this conversation today.
Yeah, well, Devin, here we are. What's done is done. We're in no better position than we were in 1995. And just a last one from John Ohm in Winnipeg. Devin, the CFL needs money. Are you going to break open your piggy bank, bro? And he goes on to say, bring on Bo Levi to talk about a possible merger. Not. That's from John in Winnipeg. Listen, enough. Is this the best Brier ever? That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, man. I mean, is it the best Brier field on paper ever? Absolutely. I mean, you have more teams than ever. And, every year, Roddy, we go to the Brier, we say, oh, this is the best field you've ever seen. The curling pundits, oh, look at the names, mainly because we want people to read our stuff. But the reality of it is last year in Kingston was the best Brier field ever. And because of the pandemic, you had no play down. So you're basically redoing what happened last year and adding a few more teams to the field. So, yeah, I think it is the best Brier field ever. Is it curling where it should be at this point of the competition, of the Bonspiel? Probably not, because I'm still seeing some misses that are rather relatable and make us feel, at the Tuesday Night Beer League that we might have a chance. But it's getting to where it should be. They're shaking off the rust, and I think by the end of the week, the top 3 to 6 teams we expected to be there are going to be there. Although the showing this morning by Saskatchewan was, how do I put this nicely? Not great at all.
Tell me more, because we had it on here. There was a lot of stuff going on around here today. They were saying our boy Kirk Myers missed some shots. What happened? 9-2. Team Cooey took Team Dunstone to the train station.
I mean, the reality of it is, Rod, when you get to this level of curling, it is a very fine line between the good and they're great. And when I was watching the way they were coming out, the first 3 ends, they just didn't look sharp. Kirk missed some shots. They were putting the broom in the wrong places. And then they got completely out-angled and out-strategized in the third end. I mean, they were making shots. I don't know what they were thinking. And they gave up 3, and it was 5-1 after the third end. And a 5-1 lead against Kevin Cooey, you're not coming back. It was lights out at that point. So it was such a big game, and they just weren't ready for the moment. And I think that's really disappointing. And I know the team is going to be disappointed. But listen, they're 4-2. They finished with PEI and Nova Scotia. You got to win those games. They'll make it into the championship round. So you got to check this one, like you said, at the train station. But whew, it was not pretty. I looked away very early when it was 5-1 and went, this thing's over.
Well, I got to say this, buddy. Why they've made too many mistakes already. They know that. They've been to the Brier before. They know that. 2, you make curling cool and fun. Your Twitter, to me, is more entertaining than the games. 3, the Cooey Hebert versus Saskatchewan story never gets old. And Benny Hebert, nicknamed Meat, says he always looks across and sees those green jackets and it's like it pulls his heart out. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you're the traitor. You left. That story never gets old.
We had him. So we're doing that curling show now, which I'm really excited about. Myself and the queen of curling, Colleen Jones. And, we have a lot of fun every night. We had Benny Hebes on last night. And I said to him, 41 years is enough, Roddy. Not since Rick Folk in 1980. I wasn't even alive the last time Saskatchewan won a Brier. And then you have Ben Hebert going over, winning a whole bunch with Alberta and just loving life and looking over at us sorry green giants over here. The closest we came, 1999, Gerald Shimko losing to Guy Hemmings. My heart was ripped out in 99. I'm sure you can remember that one.
Oh, Gerald Shimko, yes. The gentle giant from Calder, Sask.
Exactly. So, listen, Benny's done a lot of winning. Good for him. But, God, it hurts when you see him out there. He's playing against his cousin, Dustin Kidby, and putting it to him, putting the boots to him this morning. And they're going to be right there at the end of the week. I think Dunstone and this team is going to win a Brier sooner than later. Still think after I watched him this morning taking on Coup Dog and Meat and the boys, they're not close right now.
Not yet, but I think that they'll be in the championship round, and the best curling is still to come. But Devin, listen, I'll say it again. I'm following your Twitter very closely, as everybody is, and love you, and that you always got a home here, as you know, whenever you want to come back. So thanks for the time, and enjoy the rest of the Brier, my friend. Maybe we can do this soon here before Worlds.
Figure out the CFL, XFL, and you're right. I will be home, and I'll be flying back for every game, 4 down or not.
Well, we'd love to have you here in the bunker, too, for sure. All right, Devin, enjoy. Have a great day.
Thanks, Roddy. Good to see you. Take care.
The great Devin Heroux joining us from Toronto, the Republic of Toronto, talking Brier.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.